Hello students, already in the previous classes you know about the laws of motion. In the laws of motion, already explained Newton's first law. Newton's first law, in the same way second law. Third law. Here Newton's first law of motion that already over. Newton's first law means you know very well. Every body continuously in the state of rest or uniform motion unless there is an external force acting on it. That means any body at rest position. Suppose a book is there on the table. The book is always in the rest position. Suppose any force is acting on that, then only the place of that book is changed. That means rest position body always maintain rest position. Suppose any body in moving condition, uniform motion, there is no difference in the motion without any external force acting on it. For example, in the wall clock, the second hand moves in a particular speed. Suppose it's starting from 12, again come back to the same position 12, that means 60 seconds. The time is 60 seconds. That means the speed of that second hand is same without application of any external force. That is uniform motion. Suppose the movement of the planets, that also uniform motion. See, in the Newton's first law, I already explained that inertia property. Inertia. Inertia means this property. Objects, rest position body objects maintain rest, or moving position of moving objects are maintain moving position. That property is called inertia. Inertia also three types are there. Inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. These are also explained in the previous class. So the first law, Newton's first law of motion is already over. Okay, next comes to the second law. What is meant by second law of motion? Newton's second law means F proportional to ma. Here F means what? Force. M means mass. Here A means acceleration. In the previous class, I already explained that scalars, vectors, speed, velocity, acceleration. Points already explained that. What are scalars? Scalars means any physical quantity that has only magnitude but not direction. Only magnitude but not direction, these are all called scalars. Examples are time, temperature, length, area, etc. Vectors means any physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction. That means magnitude means that is certain quantity. Magnitude and direction both are there. Examples are force. Force, suppose some force is applied on the object. Immediately the question is in which direction. That means force is a vector quantity. Acceleration, displacement, velocity, these are all vectors. Okay, speed. Speed means distance by time. That is a distance by time. Velocity means displacement by time. I explained the difference between speed and velocity also. Speed is a scalar quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity because rate of displacement per unit second. That is called velocity. Here acceleration. Acceleration denoted by A. What is acceleration? V minus u by t. Rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. So here u means what? Initial velocity. initial velocity. V means final velocity. V means final velocity. Rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. U means initial velocity, V means final velocity. Final velocity minus initial velocity, the difference is called change in velocity. By time means rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Acceleration denoted by A. What are the units? Centimeter per second square. Meter per second square. These are the units of acceleration. And in this acceleration, suppose a car 30 meter per second, after 5 seconds the velocity is speed is 40 meter per second. That means speed increases gradually. Initially 30 meter per second, after some time 40. Speed increases gradually means that moves with acceleration. The car moves with acceleration. Suppose negative acceleration or retardation or deceleration. What is negative acceleration, deceleration or retardation? Suppose the speed decreases continuously, then it is called negative acceleration. Suppose a bus is there, initially that is in the bus stand. It starts from the bus stand, slowly they take up the speed and the speed increases gradually and moving. That is, the bus moves with acceleration. Suppose it reaches the bus stand. After reaching the bus stand, slowly the speed decreases, finally it is stopped. That means speed decreases gradually. Initially 30, after some time 20, after that 10, finally comes to 0. That means speed decreases gradually. That acceleration is called negative acceleration. Negative acceleration or retardation or deceleration. Anytime in the problems, find out the negative acceleration. That means retardation. Suppose the acceleration is negative is given, then you can understand. Okay. And for this negative acceleration, another important point is final velocity or final speed is equal to 0. Suppose a car is stopped, car moving at certain speed, slowly it comes to rest and it is stopped at one place. So the final speed or final velocity of the car is 0. It moves with negative acceleration means final speed or final velocity will become 0. Suppose any body, any car or any bus starting from rest, initial velocity is 0. Starting from rest in the problems, starting from rest, means u is equal to 0. Initial speed or initial velocity is 0. Okay, and uniform velocity, uniform speed or uniform velocity, acceleration is 0. Suppose a car moves with certain velocity or certain speed, 20 kilometers per second or 20 kilometers per hour. It maintains same speed, 20 kilometers per hour. How much time that is moving? Same speed, that is 20 kilometers per hour. So the acceleration is 0. Acceleration of the car is 0. Okay, these points you can remember. Any object, that means any vehicle, Slowly the speed decreases, finally comes to rest means final speed is equal to 0. And another one, any car or any vehicle starting from rest means initial velocity or initial speed is equal to 0. Suppose a car maintains uniform speed, constant speed or constant velocity, then acceleration is 0. Please remember in the problems. Okay. Next come to the second law. Here second law means force is directly proportional to rate of change of velocity. Product of mass and rate of change of velocity. F proportional to ma. Or F is equal to k into ma. If k is equal to 1, then F is equal to ma. Here F means force. CGS units are, what are the units of force? Mass, grams, centimeter per second square, or dyne. SI units are MKs, kg, meter per second square, or Newton. These are the units of CGS and MKs are SI units of force. Newton, 1 Newton is equal to 10 power 5 times. Here, Newton's second law. Newton's second law means the force is directly proportional to the product of mass and acceleration. That means product of mass and rate of change of velocity. And another one, impulse. What is meant by impulse? Impulse is equal to force into time. Here impulse means force into time. The product of force and time is called impulse. For example, you drop an egg from certain height. Suppose from 1 meter height, drop an egg on the floor. Suppose the floor is very hard like this. Immediately the egg fall down means breaks. From the same height, release the same egg. Floor is very smooth. That means cotton. If you cover the floor with cotton, release the egg from same height. Now egg is safe. Why? That is because of this impulse. See that impulse. For example, 12. You can write 6 into 2 or 12 is equal to 2 into 6. This is the force into time. In this case, force is more, less time. More force can be applied in a short interval of time. That is the impulse. Second case, less force is applied in a long interval of time. Less force is applied in a long interval of time. That means egg is dropped on the hard floor means it breaks. That is, more force is applied in a short interval of time. That's why the egg will break. Suppose floor is very smooth like a cotton. If you drop the egg from same height, it will not break. Why means less force is applied on the egg in a long interval of time. That's why egg will not break in the second case. So you can understand the impulse. Next, what are the units of CGS units? Here force means dyne second. Here SI units means Newton second. Newton simply you can write N, Newton second. In the bits or one mark question, define impulse. Define impulse means product of force and time is called impulse. What are the CGS units means? Dyne second. MKS or SI units means Newton second. See, notice second law. Second law means rate of change of motion is directly proportional to the applied force. Rate of change of motion is directly proportional to the applied force. That means force directly proportional to the product of mass and acceleration. Okay. Here force, CGS units, SI units or MKS units. Next impulse. Okay. Next one is momentum. What is meant by momentum? Denoted by letter P. Momentum means mass into velocity. That is m into v. Product of mass and velocity is called moment. What define momentum? Momentum means it is a product of mass and velocity. Suppose mv means final momentum, mu initial momentum, mv or mu means mass and product of mass and initial velocity. Here this is the product of mass and final velocity. Initial momentum is mu, final momentum is mv. What are the CGS and MKS units? CGS means mass, grams, velocity, centimeter per second. SI unit or MKS means kg, meter per second. This is the momentum. Define momentum, write the units. Momentum means simply remember product of mass and velocity. And CGS means what are the units of mass? Grams. Velocity means centimeter per second. Gram centimeter per second. SI unit or MKS unit means that means mass kgs. Velocity means meter per second. So kg meter per second is the SI or MKS units. Okay. Next one is Newton's third law. Newton's third law motion. What is Newton's third law motion? Newton's third law means action is equal to minus reaction. There is an every equal and opposite reaction. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That is the Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Opposite means negative. This is called Newton's third law. This Newton's third law can be applicable in so many ways. That means we can say so many examples in our daily life. Bullet released from a gun. Suppose a gun is fired, that means bullet is released from a gun. Bullet is coming in particular direction. Bullet one direction, that is action. What is the reaction means? The recoil of the gun. The recoil of the gun moves backside. So these two are how it is. Both are opposite direction. One is action, another one is reaction. Rocket moving upwards. Suppose a rocket is moving upward direction. Rocket moving upward direction means what happens? See this. This is the movement of the rocket. This is the fire. Fire is coming in the downward direction. Suppose action is the movement of the rocket, reaction is that is emission of gases. That means fire is coming in the downward direction. So the action and reaction both are in opposite direction. What is the definition of the third law? Means for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Suppose fire coming, very high amount of fire is coming from this, the movement of the rocket is, that means more, that means speed increases or velocity increases. Suppose daily life, the third one is, suppose we are walking on the floor. We are walking on the floor means we apply some force on the floor with your leg. We can step on the floor means we can apply some force on it. That is an action. Floor is also giving some reaction. Then only we can remove the leg and freely walking on the floor. And suppose I apply some force on the wall. This is an action. This is also third. After applying certain force on the wall, that is action. The wall is also giving some reaction on this hand. Then only we can remove the hand. Suppose that walking, running, example like this, so many examples are there. These are all examples for Newton's third. Based on this Newton's first law, second law, third law, some problems are there. I will explain the problem. Find the momentum of a body of mass 6 kg moving with velocity (2.2 meters per second). Find the momentum of a body of mass 6 kg moving with a velocity 2.2 meters per second. See, mass m is equal to 6 kg. Velocity v means 2.2 meters per second. What we find out? Momentum is equal to m into v. 6 into 2.2. Forget that point. 22 into 6. 130. After that, put point right side or 1 digit number. That is. So what are the units? Units means kg meter per second. This is the problem. Here, find the momentum of a body. We have to find out the momentum. What are the given? Mass given, velocity given. Mass means denoted by m, velocity means v. M, v, both you know. Momentum we have to find out. Momentum means that is the product of mass and velocity. So 6 into 2.2, that is 13.2. The next one is find the force applied on a body of mass 7 kg, 0.7 kg, moving with an acceleration 3 meter per second square. This is the question. Problem is find the force applied. You have to find out what force. Mass given, acceleration given. Here mass means m is equal to 0.7 kg. Acceleration a means 3 meter per second square. What to find out? Force. Force F is equal to question mark. What is the formula for force? F is equal to ma. So F is equal to 0.7 into 3. 0.7 means don't confuse about the point. Suppose point not there, 7 is there. 7 into 3, 21. After calculate, you can write the point. Here, right side, 1 digit after point is there. Here also 1 digit after put point. 2.1. What are the units? Newton. N. Simply write N. N means Newton. Problems are very simple. You can understand very easily. Here, what is the force applied on a body? Find out the force. Mass given, acceleration is given. So, mass means m, 0.7 kg, acceleration is a, 3 meter per second square. We have to find out the force. Force means denoted by letter F. What is the formula? Means F is equal to ma. 0.7 into 3. Here first one is a is equal to b minus 2 by t. Acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. Second one is F is equal to ma. Second law. Third one is momentum. Momentum is equal to mv. Mass into velocity. Fourth one, impulse. F into t. Force into time. These are the formulas or formulae. That means in this laws of motion, some formulas are covered. These are the 4 formulas we already covered. Okay. And fifth one already you know. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. Displacement. Sixth one, speed is equal to distance by time. Distance by time. These are the lower class only, no problem. Time ainda avada. Next one is acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity, denoted by letter small. What is acceleration due to gravity? Already you know that acceleration. Acceleration means rate of change of velocity. Suppose you drop a body from certain height, it fall down towards, that is this object is moving towards the earth. This is called freely falling body. That means acceleration produced in a freely falling body due to gravitational force of the earth. Is called acceleration due to gravity. That means you release some object from certain height means it fall down without any force. Why means the gravitational attraction of the earth. So that is called freely falling body. Without any force, it is moving towards the earth means freely falling body. The acceleration produced in a freely falling body due to gravitational pull of the earth is called acceleration due to gravity. This acceleration due to gravity g is not same. This value of the earth for a g value 980 centimeter per second square or 9.8 meter per second square. That is in CGS system 980, MKS system or SI 9.8 meter per second square. The G value on the earth is not same. That is from place to place it is different. On the north and south pole, G value is maximum. At the poles, G value is maximum. On the equator, G value is minimum. Okay, these are all discussed in the intermediate, no problem. Next one is universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant. Capital G. Universal gravitation constant. The scientist Newton explained the universal gravitation constant denoted by the letter capital G. Here acceleration due to gravity means small g. Universal gravitation constant means capital G. Suppose two bodies are there having masses m1 and m2 separated by a distance d. Two bodies masses are m1 and m2 both are separated by a distance d. Here F means force. The attraction force between the two bodies is directly proportional to product of their masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance. By clubbing these two, then you get F proportional to m1 and m2 by d square. Remove the proportionality symbol, you write the is equal, then the constant, that constant is capital G. What is G? Universal gravitation constant. The formula for G is F d square by m1 and m2.